Alright guys, what is up? The beta is now down and we're waiting for release. As you can see here, I have 41 loot boxes. I decided to save them up over the beta so I could open them all up for you guys while the beta is down to keep you satisfied. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these boxes, and to make it a little bit more interesting, since opening boxes in my opinion is not that exciting, at least 41 in a row, I'm going to talk about all of the heroes a little bit, how I've enjoyed them through the beta, if I had fun on them, whatever. We'll just go through them all as I open these boxes. So first of all, Bastion. Bastion is a hero that a lot of new players struggle with massively. But, oh, we got a legendary already! Oh, I like that one as well. Nice. We won't get to use that at all, but that's one of my favorite Farah skins. I actually prefer that one in white. It's pretty badass. Also, I was going to say at the start of this, guess how many legendaries I'm going to get in the comments before I go through them all. I kind of ruined that now. So, I was expecting about 2 through all of these crates because I'm not very lucky. I think 2's reasonable. But there's 1. But yeah, Bastion, a lot of people struggle with him as new players. And the reason is because he can do a lot of damage really quickly, and if you're not ready for him when you come around a corner, he just completely screws you over. But once you get better at the game, you'll realize people like Widowmaker just mess him up. Once you can get like line of sight on him, it's very hard for a Bastion to actually hit a Widowmaker at the right range. Genji completely messes him up with Deflect. Hanzo can mess him up as well. It all gets a bit more difficult when there's a Reinhardt shield there. But overall, those heroes can usually deal with them. I mean, if there's a Reinhardt shield and a Mercy and a Bastion, that's a pretty strong commitment there. And something like a Lucio will just jump in on it, will destroy him. Next up is D.Va. D.Va is a hero I never really played that much until the end of open beta. I never realized how much fun she would be. But honestly, I had a lot of fun playing D.Va. She's like... Hey, look at this. She's like a super aggressive tank who can like pick off harasses and supports at the back. She's not very good like right in the mix. And she also has that big ultimate. And there's also something about D.Va that I really like, and that is the fact that her pistol is like ultra satisfying when she's out of the mech suit. Just shooting that thing feels really good. But if you play a good D.Va, like, it's very surprising how much damage you can actually do on her. She does a lot of damage. A hell of a lot of damage. It's kind of insane. Like, if you just dive in and attack the back line, like, you do insane amounts of damage. Especially with that big ulti as well. Genji is next. Genji is a hero that I love to play. I think he's a very, very high skill cap. And he's in my opinion, he's one of those heroes where if you're not good at him, he completely sucks. Like, he's like worthless. If you're good at him, he's okay. But if you get really good at him, he becomes absolutely insane. And the reason for that is, I talked about it in my Genji video as well, he snowballs. Like, when you dash... when you kill someone, it resets the dash, so obviously, like, killing more people gets you more dash, more movement speed, more ability to attack more people, more ability to do more damage. Deflect is highly reactionary, so you need to know when to use it, and you need to be very fast on countering with it as well. So Deflect is a very high skill thing. He's also made of paper, which he makes up for in movement, so he's got the double jump and the dash. So you got to make use of that. Then he's got a projectile, which is very hard to hit in my opinion. Some people might disagree with this. I've heard some people say they find Genji easy, but for me at least, I find him that kind of way. But he's a very fun hero to play. I enjoy him a lot. I just kind of suck with him. He's probably my weakest hero by far. Hanzo. Let's talk about Hanzo next. Hanzo is a fantastic hero, and I love Hanzo. The only problem is Hanzo feels very, 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 very weak. The reason is he's got no movement ability at all. He's he kind of just stands there, and if the enemy team realizes you have a Hanzo, then they pick something to jump on him. Genji, Winston, Tracer, like anyone who can get to the back and jump on Hanzo, they'll just completely mess him up. And the only thing he's got to defend himself with is a scatter arrow, really, which isn't that great. Whereas a Widowmaker, for example, is what a lot of people use in Hanzo's place. Can just grapple away. She has the mine and the wall hack, so she has more vision. Obviously, you have the sonar arrow, but Widowmaker's just better at getting away. And she can do, like, she can grapple away, turn around, and if you got really good aim, you just blast them. And that seems to go a lot better than defending yourself with Hanzo. Not only that, but obviously Widowmaker is hit scan as well, so if you want to do damage with Widowmaker, it's a lot easier to go for the target that you want to get. Whereas with Hanzo, it's kind of more spamming, and you do more consistent damage. But it's not really good as a sniper. One thing Hanzo does have, though, is the big ultimate. So I think we will see Hanzo get changed in the future. He's not picked at all in pro games or ranked play, like, at all. He's just not picked. So I think in the future we'll see him get like a buff to a movement ability or something else to defend himself. Junkrat next. Junkrat is super fun, man. Mostly just his play style and his the way that he's voice acted. You really get crazy with him. And he rubs off on me. Like, I hear him with his stupid like and then, like, I'm just going fucking crazy as well. And that's pretty much how he plays. And he's a lot of fun. He's very map-specific, in my opinion, but a hell of a lot of fun. I love him. Lucio, the best support by far. Like, every pro team is using him in every single composition. There's never a game without Lucio. Control point maps, payload maps. Like, he is the #1 support to be picked. He's literally picked every single time. And he's a hell of a lot of fun to play. He's got movement speed abilities. He's got wall riding. He's got boops. And he can do damage. He can heal. He can move speed. Like, Lucio is just so much fun. And I've had a blast playing him. McCree. I friggin' love McCree. He's pretty much the go-to solid DPS for a lot of teams right now. Because he's got a very powerful left click. His right click is mental, and his flashbang is fucking crazy. And then High Noon is sometimes crazy, but it's also good at breaking Reinhardt shields, and it's good for zoning people. But McCree, like, if you want to play a solid DPS, which is what I like, friggin' love it, man. I absolutely love it. May. Next. Ooh. Oh, we got an old legendary skin here. I actually like that one. It's pretty badass. And I've actually been enjoying Torby a bit lately. Let's talk about Torby. Torby is one that I didn't expect to enjoy so much through the closed beta and the open beta. In fact, is someone I've enjoyed more through the open beta. Didn't play him too much in closed, but once you realize that his main weapon is where the damage is at, and you can just, like, shoot people instead of just, like, whack your turret, because using your weapon is like the way to go. You just spam at shields and you do a lot of damage with it. His right click on the main weapon is crazy powerful. I'm pretty sure it's as powerful as a Reaper shotgun with longer range. Obviously he doesn't have a movement ability or anything like that, but he can fall back to his turret. I friggin' love Torbjorn at the minute, which is a big surprise to me because I'm not a fan of the builders, but he's more about his weapon than the turret. The turret's kind of just there to save his ass when he has to run away, or when people dive like a control point or something like that. I do love Torby at the minute. Mercy next. I enjoy Mercy. I find her very, very relaxing to play. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. That's kind of cool. I don't like green. I find Mercy very, very relaxing to play. She's not someone I can play a lot, but well, hello there. The worst skin in the game. I absolutely hate this legendary. As like, I prefer the default skin. I'm not a fan of that. But Mercy's like super relaxing to play. She's also like the second most picked support behind Lucio. Like usually most pro teams are running Lucio and Mercy on payload maps. It's only control point maps as double Lucio. But Mercy is heavily picked. She's super powerful with the res. And the healing and the damage boost as well. And for a pure support, basically, who doesn't really do damage, she's very fun to play. They did a good job with Mercy. I'm very happy with the place that Mercy is. And the people who enjoy pure supporting are just gonna love her. Farah. Farah is next. Farah is someone I didn't play a lot, and I don't really know why. Like, I've got nothing against Farah, and I love playing her, and her concussive is insane. It's got such a long knockback, and rocket people are always fun. I didn't play her that much. Which means my Farah is kind of weak. But I like Farah. I don't really have much to say about her. I like her. I just didn't play her much. I'll probably play her a lot more on release. She's also a very strong DPS when there's no Widowmaker around. Reaper. Not a fan of Reaper at all. Near the end of close and pretty much all of open. I didn't really play him at all. Kind of meh. I really like that skin, by the way. The jet black skin for Soldier. I mean, Reaper is a very specific hero. Like, he's there to kill fat dudes. And that's it. Like, he's there to kill fat dudes. And he only kills fat dudes. So, people pick him against Winston. Like, yeah, he can harass the backline. But if you're picking him to harass the backline, you might as well pick Genji or Tracer. They're just better at it. So, he's pretty much only picked to kill Winstons or other fat dudes like Roadhog and stuff like that. So, meh. Not a fan of Reaper. Don't really enjoy playing him that much either. Reinhardt. You guys know I love Reinhardt. In closed beta, I friggin' loved Reinhardt. Playing in ranked mode and with coordinated teams, Reinhardt is just so much fun because people really do stack up behind your shield and then they will follow your lead. Like, if you push in with the shield, they will push behind you. However, when open beta came around, I tried to play Reinhardt again, and I found that a lot of the newer players or the open beta players, or just people in quick match since there's no ranked, kind of just ran around the map and didn't coordinate or think about coordinating or anything. So I found myself with Reinhardt just popping the shield up, and then no one was behind me. I was kind of just there by myself, so didn't really do too much with Reinhardt in open beta. He definitely needs a coordinated team to have fun with him. Roadhog. Absolutely love Roadhog. He's probably one of the most fun heroes to play by far. Like, hooking people is just ultra satisfying. He's definitely a strong hero as well. A lot of pro teams are picking him up now behind the Reinhardt. Another thing about Reinhardt as well, he's picked up by every pro team on a payload map or a, what are they called? The contest map. The attack the area maps, not the control point, but the attack an area, cap it, and then take another area. He's picked on pretty much every time, like him, Lucio, Mercy, and McCree picked like every time on those kind of maps. But Roadhog is just super fun. Like, everybody loves Roadhog. Like, new players love him, experienced players love him. He's just a fun hero to play. You can't go wrong with him. Soldier 76. A hero I grew to absolutely love, and I feel like as a hero, he's such a basic bitch. He's not super exciting or anything like that. He's kind of just... yeah, he's the most basic hero in the game, right? He's just got a gun. He's got very basic abilities. There's nothing super special about him. But the thing about Soldier 76 is, I think as you get better at the game, you start to appreciate him a lot more. Because as you get better at the game, and if you see someone really good play Soldier 76, you see that he just, like, linearly improves. Like that. Like Genji, I feel like if you're bad at him, you're worthless. If you're good at him, you're not so good. But if you're amazing, so it's more like that. With Soldier 76, I feel like as you get better at the game, you just constantly get better at Soldier 76. And I've really started to appreciate him for that. I love Soldier 76. Symmetra. Didn't play too much Symmetra. I don't find it too exciting, really. As you kind of just, like... you kind of just put turrets in a room and then spam balls at people. That's for some people. She's down there as one of the more... less exciting supports, for me at least. But she is a very powerful hero, and she's been nerfed multiple times because she is so powerful. So if you do pick Symmetra, you can't really go wrong, especially at the first point on some payload maps and some of those attack the area maps. Tracer. Tracer's a lot of fun. I honestly haven't played her that much. Like Tracer, Genji, similar kind of style, right? The harassment kind of speedy heroes. I haven't played them too much. I tend to like gravitate more towards the solid DPS heroes rather than the harassment heroes. So that's kind of why I haven't played them much. But she is super fun. She's fast. You can do a lot with her. You know, she feels like she's got a really high skill cap. And I do like her. I just haven't really played with her too much. Widowmaker. Widowmaker, I have absolutely loved. The funny thing is, I barely played her, like, in closed beta, and I didn't play her too much at the start of open beta either. But, like, the last 3-4 days, my aim improved a lot, and I was just hitting heads all over the place. And there's something very, very satisfying about hitting heads with Widowmaker and killing people, so I started to fall in love with Widowmaker lately, and there she is. Ooh. I really started to fall in love with Widowmaker lately. I think she also falls in that kind of solid DPS category, obviously a bit different to McCree and Soldier or Farah, but she is heavily picked in pro games as well, and she's just a very strong hero all around. I really like Widowmaker. There's a lot, like, she's a hero where you improve and she gets really, really good. There's a lot you can do with movement as well. I like heroes with movement abilities. I love Widowmaker. She's grown on me a lot. Winston. Oh my god, another one? Oh, it's just gold. I knew I'd get teased. Winston is a hero that I like. I like Winston. But he does feel like a more specific pick as well. Like, he is a tank, but he feels like he's more picked to, like, if they've got, like, a Widowmaker or a Hanzo or something like that, then you break out the Winston. Or on a map like Gibraltar or control point maps with the double Winston, double Lucio setup, then you break him out and he's absolutely fantastic. Haven't played too much of him lately, but he's a fun hero. Like, he can get really exciting when you go on a streak with him or something. You're just jumping around everywhere, picking people off. Super fun hero, in my opinion. But needs to be in the right situation to make use of him. Xayah. Xayah is a hero I absolutely... Oh, speak of the devil. Hello, matey. Xayah is a hero I absolutely loved at the start of closed beta, and I played the hell out of her. Probably played way too much Xayah. And I still love her. It's just, if I'm going to play a tank, I think I'd prefer to play Reinhardt or Roadhog right now. I think. Or Winston. Xayah, I still like her. I probably just played her way too much in the closed beta, so I kind of grew out of her. But she's awesome. She's super fun. And you can always get those big, juicy ultimates that feel amazing. So they're great as well. And last but not least, Zenyatta. Zenyatta. Zenyatta is a hero that I barely played, and when I do play him, I don't feel very excited about playing him. There he is. Just a different color there. A lot of people seem to really want to see Zenyatta and play him as well, and he's powerful. Don't get me wrong, he's powerful. He's not bad at all. It's just, I don't find him exciting. He's just, you fling your balls around, you put some orbs on some people, no movement ability. You can do a lot of damage, but it doesn't feel like satisfying damage, because the damage is usually you're like stood behind a Reinhardt, flinging balls around, and it's a projectile, and you've got to be far away from the enemy, so the aim doesn't feel that impactful. You kind of just flinging them. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel exciting to me. So I haven't really played too much Zenyatta. Not really a fan of playing him myself. But I do like him on the team. He's a good hero to have around. Another one! Why am I lucky when it doesn't matter? Oh, man. Well, there's a McCree skin. That one's actually not that bad. I'm not the biggest fan of the legendary McCree skins. Kind of just prefer the white one, which I'll show you soon. But that one's not too bad, actually. Alright, 2 left. If I get another legendary, this is going to be ridiculous. Another booty maker pose. Showing off that ass. Let's have a look what we got here. But I'm actually going to do a video on like my top 5 heroes. I wonder if you can figure out what they are just from me talking about them here. Or maybe like top 3 heroes or something like that. But that's all the loot crate, guys. Hopefully that gave you a bit of an Overwatch fix while Overwatch is down. I'll just show you that McCree skin that I really like. This one right here. I prefer that over the legendary ones. I don't know, the legendary ones just feel like a bit too much. I don't mind that one either, actually. But, I don't know. I like that one. That one looks pretty badass. Anyway, guys, I hope you survive while the game is down. And I hope you're super excited for release. I hope you enjoyed it during the open beta, just as I did for the open and the closed. Such an awesome game. Very, very happy with this game. Still love it after playing so much. And I will see you nerds when the game is back. Peace, guys. Thanks for watching.